Take 4. This is Trey Armstrong with Armstrong Air Raids, and we're gonna do a budget prop cup for air raids or any plant that needs a lot of aeration in the roots. And so check this out. I've done 4 takes. This is it. I'm not doing another one. Enjoy the clip. We'll talk to you soon.
There's also a couple different parts. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try something. It's an experiment. I really like the way these look, and I like the concept of having it so that you have the airs or air holes or aeration all throughout the cup. But these can be a little bit pricey. But a couple things that I did find, and I think what we're gonna actually start doing is I was able to find a way to buy these in bulk and help bring the cost down. And I've also got a way that I've also shown you guys in the previous video of how to buy these in bulk. But if you take this plus this, put it together, it makes an awesome setup. And you can actually take like a string, put it in the bottom, and then you now have a self-watering cup that's actually clear that you can put your plant in. And it also has the aeration so that you get a lot of air going into the roots versus the roots sitting in water or not getting enough air, and so they could get root rot a little bit easier that way. Alright, so let's make a cheap version. First thing we're going to do, I'm going to take a soldering iron. You should be in a well ventilated area. I'm not, but you should be. And there's a couple ways to do this. I'm going to do this a real fast, cheap way, but what would probably be better is if you make like lines in order to get your markings in the spot that you want it to be. But I'm not going to go that route. I'm just going to basically start making some holes. So you guys can try to get this in your camera. So there you go. So I'm just going to run through. And you know, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. If you're OCD, maybe it does have to be perfectly straight. For the time being, I'm going to ignore that and just assume that what's important is the function, not so much the looks. And so we're just going to run through it real fast here. And what I'm doing is I'm offsetting it so that you've got one there, one here, one there. Let's see like that, yeah. So you're putting a hole down a little bit and in the center of the 2 previous holes, just to kind of, I don't know if we're creating symmetry or emulating a look that's been seen before. And then on this one, I'm also going to do something else. Before, what we were doing is we would use the leca in order to create a reservoir. But what I have found is that we're still probably using too much water and causing a little bit of root rot. And so I'm going to make these holes a little bit lower in the cup than normal in order to really eliminate the water from being able to sit down into the bottom of the cup. Alright, so now we've got our holes there. Good to go. Now we're going to put our holes in the bottom. And you know, I'm just going to address this fact that 2 things. One is there's people that are going to be out there and say, hey, you know what, that's probably toxic, and you know what, you could be right. The other thing that I want to address is the fact that there's going to be those that are out there going like, oh, that's plastic, it's so bad for the environment. You know what, you are also probably right. But at the same time, you know, this is a big budget setup, and everybody is open to doing their own thing the way that they want to, and I can appreciate and accept that. And honestly, our goal really is going to be to reuse these as many times as needed or as often as possible. We're not going to just throw this away once we're done. We'll continue to use it, and obviously if we sell it, it's up to whoever the customer is at their discretion to do whatever they want with this if they happen to buy a plant that this happens to be in. But now what we've got is we've got the bottom all done there. We've got holes along the sides, create some really good aeration there. We've got our solid cup that's going to retain our water if needed. We're going to drop it in there, and if you want, you could even take like a piece of leca, create a degree of separation in the bottom, drop it in like that, and now we've got a little bit more of an air pocket in there, so that if you have water on the bottom, you still have a little bit of aeration in there because of the air that's inside of the sides of the cup, or between the two cups. And there you have it. So I'm going to try those out, put those into, or use this method on a few of our plants and see how it works out. I encourage you to try it out and do the same thing. Let me know what you think. Appreciate it. More info in the comments, especially on this. I think that we're going to carry this combined setup in the store. So I'll link the store, or I guess the website in the comments. The store's website in the comments. Thanks again. This is Trey Armstrong with Armstrong Aeroids, doing another aeroid budget setup. Hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Bye.
Alright, what's up, y'all? This is Trey with Armstrong Aeroids. It's been a minute since I've done a video clearly, so I totally forgot to do an intro, but we're going to do a clip about how... Alright, what's up, everybody? Take two. This is Trey Armstrong, co-owner of Armstrong Aeroids. I totally forgot to do an intro, so we're going to do like a intro that's afterwards, not an outro, but an intro. Went ahead and did a clip on how to do a budget pot or cup holder. Not a cup holder. Alright, what's up, everybody? Take three. This is Trey Armstrong, co-owner of Armstrong Aeroids, and in this clip we're going to talk about how to do a budget aeroid pot, or an aeroid cup pot, so to say. Alright, take four. This is Trey Armstrong with Armstrong Aeroids.